Something has been happening to your body, and you have been the last one to take it seriously. Answer honestly. Has sunlight started feeling different to you? Not just warm, but almost alive, as if it's touching more than your skin. Have you been waking just before dawn, without an alarm, as if something called you to the window? Is your body suddenly asking for water constantly, and quietly refusing the heavy foods you used to love? Have waves of warmth or tingling been moving through you, arriving from nowhere and leaving the same way? If you recognized even two of those, your body has been trying to tell you something your mind was never told. And according to a Pleiadian transmission now moving through the awakening community, what it's telling you is this: the preparation has entered a new stage. There are 6 changes. And the 6th, the one I will reveal near the end, is the one that will stay with you long after this video ends, because it proves something you have never dared to believe about yourself. Stay until you hear it. For weeks now, light workers around the world have been reporting the same experiences, in different countries, in different languages, in almost the same words. The sun feels different. I keep waking before sunrise. My body is changing, and I don't know why. And into that rising chorus of questions, a transmission arrived. The same source many of you have come to know through this channel, the Pleiadians, family of the first wave. And as always, let this be said clearly before a single word more. You will find no dates here, no countdowns. Anyone who gives you dates is not speaking from the light. What you will find is an explanation, and by the end, a recognition. The transmission opens with a question. Beloved ones, you have asked us for years when the great light will come. You have watched your sun, you have watched your skies, you have counted signs. And all this time, you have been asking the wrong question. You ask, when will the flash arrive? We answer, where do you think the light you already feel has been arriving from? Sit with that for a moment, because everything that follows flows out of it. The transmission then walks through 6 changes, 6 ways the bodies of the sensitive are responding right now. Count as we go, how many are yours? The first change. The light feels different now. You noticed it months ago and told no one. Sunlight, ordinary sunlight, began to feel alive, warmer than warm. Some mornings it seems to touch not just your skin, but something behind your skin. You catch yourself standing in a patch of morning light like a plant, not knowing why, not wanting to move. The transmission explains. Light has never been only heat and brightness, beloved. Light is a carrier. It has always carried information, frequency, instruction. What has changed is not the sun. What has changed is you. Your vessel has been tuned, through everything you released in the first phase, to finally read what the light carries. You are not standing in the sun like a plant. You are standing in it like a receiver. And you are receiving. If sunlight has begun to feel like a presence rather than a condition, count the first change as yours. The second change arrives in waves. Warmth that blooms through your chest or spine without cause. Tingling across the crown, the palms, the arms, arriving in a slow surge, holding for a few moments, and fading like a tide going out. Sometimes with emotion attached, sometimes with none at all. Now, before anything else, hear this with full seriousness, because your body is sacred. New or persistent physical sensations deserve a doctor's attention first. Always. Tingling, surges, unusual feelings in the body. Let your good physicians examine what persists. That is not a lack of faith. It is the faith of someone who honors the vessel. The light itself would tell you the same. But for the many whose examinations find nothing, the transmission offers this. The waves you feel are not malfunction, beloved. They are dosage. What is coming to your world does not arrive all at once for the prepared. It arrives in increments your vessel can integrate. Each wave stretches your capacity gently, the way a runner's lungs are stretched by training, breath by breath. You are not experiencing symptoms. You are experiencing installments. The third change: your sleep has restructured itself. We have spoken before of the 3 a.m. awakenings, the hour of the veil. But in recent weeks, many of you have noticed the hour shifting. Now it is the pre-dawn that calls you. You wake in that blue-gray stillness just before sunrise, clear-headed, quietly alert, and something in you wants to be at the window, facing east, waiting for something you cannot name. We wake you before the dawn deliberately now, the transmission says. Because the minutes when night turns to first light carry the purest dose of the new frequency, the rehearsal light, the daily miniature of the great sunrise. Your soul knows the schedule even when your mind does not. You are not losing sleep, beloved. You are keeping watch, and the watch is almost over. If the pre-dawn hour has begun calling you to the window, count the third change. The fourth change is in what your body asks for: water. Constantly. More than you have ever wanted in your life. And food. The heavy meals you loved for decades now sit wrong, while your body reaches for what is light, fresh, alive. Some days you're hungry for almost nothing. Other days the thirst feels bottomless. The transmission is practical about this one. A vessel being recalibrated requires 2 things above all: clearing and conductivity. Water is both. Every wave of light your body integrates produces residue that must be carried out, and water carries it. Every new frequency your cells learn to hold requires conductivity, and water conducts it. When your body asks for water, beloved, it is not a craving. It is engineering. Answer it generously. And keep the fuel light. The vessel is busy with greater work than heavy digestion. Honor the practical alongside the sacred. Eat well, hydrate well, rest well, and let your doctors keep watch over the vessel's health. That balance is the way of the wise. And the fifth change, the pull. This one you may not have named yet, but you will recognize it instantly. Lately, you cannot stay indoors at sunrise or sunset. Something pulls you out, to the balcony, the yard, the hill, the window at minimum. Not for the beauty, though the beauty is there, for something else. You stand facing the light and feel, for a few minutes, the way you imagine home feels. The pull is real. The transmission says simply, "We told you the dawn light carries the rehearsal frequency." Your body has learned this, and now it takes you to the source the way a thirsty animal finds water, without needing to understand hydrology. Follow the pull, beloved. Those minutes facing the morning light are doing more for your preparation than hours of striving. The vessel knows. Let it lead. And here the transmission reveals what is actually happening, the sentence that reframes every change we have counted. Beloved ones, now you see it. The light that feels,